I'm here with former NECW Heavyweight Champion Antonio "The Promise" Thomas as he gets set for tag team action. And Promise, from what I hear, you found yourself quite the tag team partner.
Oh, did I ever find myself a tag team partner? See, Sean Burke, in that black heart of yours somewhere, I know there's a soul. I know there is a caring individual that I once knew, but you decided to go to the dark side and recruit Genesis, Jeremy Prophet from north of the border. You think it's a 3-on-1. But you're wrong. See, I got my boy SWB, the Underground King, along with me. But it's not 3-on-2. It's now 3-on-3. Because from north of the border, I brought in this man. A man you know very well, Jeremy Prophet. The Asylum, Nick Shepherd.
This is beyond personal, Prophet. They dug me up. They brought me from the north to take care of you. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Welcome everyone to another big week of New England Championship Wrestling. Sheldon Goldberg here, a little poorer voice this week as we get set for tag team action. Folks, if you were in Beverly, Massachusetts this past Friday night, I got a special shout out and a special thank you to each and every one of you who came out to see New England Championship Wrestling live. And there you see the Canadian sensation, Jeremy Prophet, looking none too pleased as seeing that big man right there, Genesis, get set for tag team action. Fans, New England Championship Wrestling wrapping up 2013. We've got a couple of special appearances to tell you about a little bit later in the broadcast. And of course, coming up, New England Championship Wrestling kicking off 2014 in Beverly, Massachusetts at the Cove Community Center on Saturday night, January 11th. A big card is scheduled for that. We're going to tell you more about that a little bit later in this broadcast. Jeremy Prophet, the Canadian sensation, the controversial Jeremy Prophet, the string puller, if you will, and his henchman, that monstrous individual they call Genesis. Kevin Castro got us some pre-match comments. Let's take you to those right now.
Coming up, the Canadian sensation Jeremy Prophet and Genesis take on the team of Antonio "The Promise" Thomas and his tag team partner, a man that says he has a score to settle with you, Jeremy Prophet, the Asylum, Nick Shepherd.
Look, Nick Shepherd, Asylum, whatever you want to call him. I don't know where Slick Wagner, Brown, and Antonio Thomas dug him out of, but they found themselves a rotten apple, okay? Kevin, they call this guy Asylum. You know why they call him that? Because he's nuts. He's loony. He's out of his mind. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying?
Jeremy, relax. Right?
You're telling me to relax? How am I supposed to relax when you got this nut job running around out there? Did you see him? Did you see him on Monday Night Raw? Did you see he went to Monday Night Raw and said he was Paul Heyman's doctor, okay? And then he lied his way in there, got on TV, and now he's followed me here to NECW because he's got some score to settle. Well, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I fear no man. I don't worry about the likes of Asylum Nick Shepherd. But he's going to have to worry about people like us. We're going to take care of him, aren't we, Genesis? You with me?
Jeremy, you know we got this. Nick Shepherd, Antonio Thomas, it's the beginning of their end.
Sounds to me like Jeremy Prophet is in a panic over the presence of that man coming out right there, Asylum Nick Shepherd with Antonio "The Promise" Thomas. Asylum Nick Shepherd making a very big impact here in New England Championship Wrestling. As we get set for tag team action. What a matchup this is going to be. You are Antonio Thomas wants that NECW Heavyweight Championship. Those two men helped steal that championship from him a couple of months back. A little jaw jacking going on here. Fans chanting, "Let's go, Promise."
The following tag team match is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Your referee is Chris Bartolo. Introducing to us at total strike weight of 444 pounds, the team of Genesis and Jeremy Profit.
The pride or the shame of Canada, depending on who you talk to.
And their opponents at a total combined weight of 462 pounds, the team of Asylum, Nick Shepard, and Antonio.
All right, we've got tag team action ready to go here. Referee Chris Bartolo trying to get this thing started. I want to remind everyone that this Saturday afternoon, you can meet myself and the stars of New England Championship Wrestling, the Mass Hole Mike McCarthy, Brad Hollister, I believe Casey Ray is going to be there. I'll be there. Folks, come out and support Toys for Tots. Bring a new unwrapped toy to West Real Estate, 386 Main Street, Wilmington, Massachusetts. We'll be there to greet you and have some fun. We're going to collect some toys for underprivileged kids this Christmas. Folks, you want to join us. It's a great cause we want to see out there. Then Thursday, December 19th, we're going to have a blast over at Hokkaido, the great Asian restaurant that sponsors this broadcast. It's karaoke night with the stars of NECW. Thursday night, December 19th, 8 p.m. is the start time, 1250 Osgood Street, North Andover, Massachusetts. The food is awesome. DJ Victor Ng does a great job. Folks, it's going to be a fun night, karaoke with the stars of New England Championship Wrestling. We want to see you at those two great events. As we wrap up 2013, Chris Bartolo getting ready to call for the bell in this matchup. He's trying to get somebody out of the ring here so we can get this thing started. A little strategy being discussed here. It will be Genesis starting out for the Canadian duo. That kid is a big man. And Antonio Thomas will be starting for the opposition. Referee Chris Bartolo giving his final instructions. Thomas and Genesis to start this one out. And there goes the bell. Thomas charges in, but Genesis tags Prophet and bails out. The big man perhaps playing some mind games. Jeremy Prophet, who was panicked at the mention of his name earlier, says he wants Asylum Nick Shepard. And there goes the tag. Shepard now says he's got a personal issue. Jeremy Prophet, and Prophet bails out. Yikes. Scaring a young fan out of his seat right there. Jeremy Prophet. And now it's Genesis and Asylum Nick Shepard. Both of these men powerfully built athletes. Side headlock clamped on by Genesis, and Shepard just drives him into the canvas. Genesis complaining about a pull of the hair, not getting any sympathy from Chris Bartolo. Prophet and Genesis discussing a little strategy. Asylum with a side headlock, and now it's Genesis with a handful of hair. Referee Chris Bartolo quick to call for the break. Genesis once again with a trash talk, and Asylum has him up. Oh my goodness, he dropped him like a sack of potatoes. Genesis, an intimidating presence, being manhandled by Asylum Nick Shepard. Genesis to the opposite corner. Here comes Asylum. Big splash in the corner. Side slam drilled into the canvas and a cover right here. Only 2. Shepard tags in Thomas. And once again, Genesis bailing out. Prophet tagged in. Oh, wait a minute. Thomas now getting kicked and chopped here by Jeremy Prophet. Headbutt by Prophet. And another. Big chop right there. Thomas sends Prophet off the ropes. Back elbow. Right in the face. Thomas with those forearm uppercuts. Shades of the great Dory Funk Jr. Snapmare out of the corner. Thomas setting him up. Big knee right to the side of the head. And a cover by Thomas. Only 1. Thomas winding up the arm. Jeremy Prophet tagging in. Asylum Nick Shepard. Kick to the midsection. Doubles up Prophet. And man, what a shot. Apparently these two have deep personal issues. And oh man, Asylum nailing Prophet. He went down like a ton of bricks. Suplex has him up. The strength of Asylum in play right here as he sends all the blood to the head of Jeremy Prophet. Prophet drops down now. Doesn't quite know where he is. Kicks Asylum in the leg and drops. Oh man. Shoelaces right across the eyes. Prophet setting him up for a suplex. Tries to snap him over but can't do it. And Asylum reverses. Here comes Thomas. Thomas goes for the cover. Gets 2. Fans, Saturday night, January 11th, New England Championship Wrestling presents its first event of 2014. A fantastic card lined up and you want to be in the house. Antonio Thomas charging in on Jeremy Prophet. Thomas splashing. Oh, wait a minute. Slapped right to the face. And now Prophet snapped over by Thomas into a bridge and a 2 count only.
Make sure he stays out, Ralph. Come on. Let's go, Promise. Let's go, Promise.
Fans getting the chant up for Antonio Thomas as Genesis looks on. Big forearm uppercut. Thomas goes for the ropes. Genesis gets a knee up. Genesis drops down. Thomas looking the other way, and Prophet takes advantage. Asylum tries to get in, distracting Chris Bartolo. Out of position. Pin attempt broken up, and here comes Genesis. Oh, headbutt right to the back of Thomas. Blatant choke in the corner. Referee Chris Bartolo calling for the break. Asylum baited here so the double team can continue. Jeremy Prophet, the string puller, the manipulator. Kick to the midsection on Thomas. Thomas now off the ropes. Both men have him up. Oh man! Thomas just tossed up in the air and dropped to the canvas. Here's a cover by Prophet. Only good for 2. Nick Shepard trying to get in here. Thomas getting his face rubbed into the mat by Jeremy Prophet. No question, Jeremy Prophet is a potent competitor and a blue chip athlete. as is Antonio Thomas. Thomas trying to work his way back up to his feet. Thomas makes it up there, but Prophet cuts him off. Upstairs now. Oh, man. Backbreaker. A spinning backbreaker by Prophet into a cover. Only gets 2.5 actually.
How does that feel?
Prophet doing some damage as Thomas tries to make the tag. Thomas backed into the wrong corner here as he takes a back elbow from Jeremy Prophet, and Genesis is tagged in. Back burst into the turnbuckle goes Thomas. Cover by Genesis, and only 2. Blatant choke here again by Genesis. And again, Genesis not trying to win the match here, just trying to do some damage. Shepard tries to join in and break things up, but he's only opening up the double team for the Canadians. Oh man, big drop kick right in the face of Antonio Thomas. And a cover. Only 2. Thomas got the shoulder out. Antonio Thomas taking a lot of punishment here. He needs to make a tag. Prophet off the ropes. Misses the kick. Thomas rolls him up from underneath, gets a cover, and only gets 2. And Prophet pulling Thomas back over to his corner and tagging in Genesis. Here comes Genesis. Big elbow right to the small of the back. And a cover by Genesis. Had him hooked deep, but only got 2. Antonio Thomas, one of the most highly skilled athletes in NECW history. And he is certainly being tested by this duo right here. Asylum, Rich Shepard chomping at the bit to get in. You've got to give Prophet and Genesis credit for cutting off the ring and keeping Thomas from making the tag. Some young fans enjoying the action as Genesis charges in and Prophet makes the tag. Oh, wait a minute here. They're setting up Genesis. He misses. Thomas rolls through. Thomas now sends Prophet into Genesis. Savant kick right on the money. And Prophet and Genesis are in a crumpled heap. Thomas now trying to pull himself together and make a tag. Shepard is jumping up and down like a Mexican jumping bean. Genesis has the leg, but Thomas makes the tag. And here comes Asylum. Genesis off the ropes, flying knee to the chest of Genesis. Oh man, big slam right there to cover, but Prophet breaks it up. Prophet now on Asylum, Nick Shepard. Genesis joins in, looking for a double suplex here. They get him up, but Asylum trying to hang on here. Here comes Thomas. Thomas breaks that up. Oh man, a kick to the midsection by Prophet. He just spun around and nailed him. But Thomas now sends Prophet over the ropes down to the outside. Here comes Genesis. Asylum nails him. Kick to the midsection, has him set up. Holding the big man straight up in the air. Once again, we see the power of Asylum Nick Shepard. Drop down. Shepard saying this is it. Shepard has Genesis up. F5 nails it right on the money. Here's the cover. This is going to do it. Yes, indeed. Here's Chris Norman with the official word.
And your winner tonight, the team of Antonio
Here you see Jeremy Prophet going back to the drawing board. Your winners this week, Antonio the Promise Thomas, the former NECW Heavyweight Champion, and his partner, Asylum Nick Shepard. What a duo right there is Prophet. None too happy about the result. Trash talk right here once again between Asylum, Nick Shepard, and Jeremy Prophet. You know that situation is nowhere near finished. Face of dejection right there as your winners, Antonio the Promise Thomas and Asylum Nick Shepard. I don't know that I would want to be a party to that conversation. Folks, don't forget this Saturday afternoon to join us at West Real Estate. We're collecting toys for Toys for Tots. We want to see you out there. 386 Main Street, Wilmington, Massachusetts. 1 to 3 p.m. Bring a new unwrapped toy. Meet the stars of New England Championship Wrestling. We certainly want to give our best wishes to you. And of course, as always, we thank you for joining us. Wherever you are, let's take another look at the finish of this matchup. There you see Genesis on the shoulders of Asylum, Nick Shepard. Big F5 right there as he makes the cover, and it is all academic from there. Coming up, we'll hear from Tony Ulysses and post-match comments from Thomas and Shepard when we continue after this.
New England Championship Wrestling kicks off 2014 live Saturday night, January 11th at the Cove Community Center, 19 East Corning Street, Beverly, Mass, with a 7 p.m. bell time. In the main event, the NECW Heavyweight Championship is on the line in a return grudge match as Sean Burke defends against Slick Wagner Brown with special guest referee Antonio the Promise Thomas. NECW Tag Team Champion Sladen Sherman battle former champions Mike Webb and Nick Fahrenheit. Asylum Nick Shepard takes on Genesis. Jeremy Prophet squares off against Brad Hollister, and much more to be announced. Tickets are on sale now. Online at NECW.TV or charged by phone at 1-800-838-3006. 1-800-838-3006. Don't miss New England Championship Wrestling as we kick off the new year, Saturday night, January 11th in Beverly.
I'm standing by with Mr. Fabulous Tony Ulysses. Now, Tony, the last time we saw you, you were a little worse for wear after that beating that you took in Hyannis after that match. How are you feeling?
Well, I feel like a shepherd who is looking for its flock and can't find the flock. You know, Kevin, I told you when I came here in NECW, and you're the only one that understood me, that I'm looking for a few good men. So I feel the whole world is changing, and they're leaving me out. What am I supposed to do now?
The world is leaving you out?
Yeah. NECW is just like leaving me behind, and I'm lost. But you know what? You know what, Kev? I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm believing that I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to something greater and better. And you know what, Kevin? You're going to be the first guy to get the scoop. You know why? Because you believed in me. And with that, Kev, I just got to go. I got to find the flight. I'll catch up to you later, okay?
Welcome to Hokkaido.
There's a whole world of Asian flavor waiting for you at Hokkaido. Their menu features delicious Chinese, Japanese, and Thai favorites, along with sumptuous sushi, hot pot, and hibachi. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are karaoke nights. So for a whole world of Asian flavor and a whole lot of fun, come to Hokkaido, 1250 Osgood Street, North Andover, Mass. Like us on Facebook or call us at 978-687-9888. The official printing company of New England Championship Wrestling is Color Copy Center Boston. We copy, we print, we bind, we laminate. And we offer free delivery in Metro Boston. See us at 31 St. James Avenue in the Park Square building. Call us at 617-391-0030 or visit us online at colorcopycenterboston.com. They make NECW look good, they'll make you look good too.
I'm here with Antonio the Promise Thomas and the Asylum Nick Shepard, and gentlemen, you won the battle tonight, but clearly this war is far from over.
Oh, the war is far from over, Al. But tonight was our first shots fired. See, I got this man from north of the border, the best thing since Canadian bacon, the best thing since Labatt's Blue, since Molson on Ice. I got the Asylum, Nick Shepard, Jeremy Prophet. I knew you were a coward. I knew it. Tonight, everyone in the arena, everyone watching at home, saw exactly how you got a yellow stripe going down behind your back. You were shaking in your boots when you saw this man, the Asylum, step through that curtain.
Jeremy Prophet, you can bring Genesis and we'll take him down. This is between you and I. This is personal.
Well, Asylum, I mean, you mentioned personal several times now. I mean, what is this personal issue between you and Jeremy Prophet?
Do you know what personal means? It means none of your business. That's between Jeremy Prophet and myself. The bottom line is, I'm taking him down. Antonio Thomas is helping me, and you are finished.